Hiya, she's Kate and Lavagna.
And she's Kaysha Louvain, and this is Tea for Two.
Us, you, and a brew.
And Ella.
Hiya.
Ella. Let's get right into it. We'll explain all about who Ella is after we make her a cup of tea. How do you like your tea? There's only one right answer.
I'm simple. Builder's brew. So I go Builder's brew, tea bag first, milk second, always.
Ooh.
But if I'm feeling a bit
That's
frisky,
not a Builder's tea, though.
Yes, it is.
well, if I'm feeling frisky and I'm feeling a bit like, I want a bit of a sweet treat, I might throw a sweetener in there.
Okay,
But-
sweetener, not sugar.
Yeah, always sweetener, never sugar.
Why? Sugar bad for you?
I
thinking?
don't know, probably my brain is healthier. I'm just
In your
like,
brain
it's
is healthier.
better to have sweetener than a sugar.
That's interesting.
I sparked them in a sweetener, actually. It's worse than
Really? Oh,
Yes,
don't tell me
yeah,
that.
it's carcinogenic,
Yeah.
but good luck.
Oh. Don't tell me that. I've been taking the healthy route all this time.
Absolutely class. Do you want some tea, Kaysha?
Yeah, go on now.
Or have you already got one?
I've already got coffee, thanks.
Ah, cheating.
I am.
Absolutely cheating.
Only because I don't like the way you
shouldn't I?
make tea.
No, you don't like the correct way to drink tea is what's happening there.
If you say so.
Anyway, is this brewed enough? Should be about 5 to 6 minutes in a
In a teapot.
I
I rarely drink tea out of a teapot.
was
so
saying this on one of our episodes.
I literally just go for the
I
tea
love
bag
tea, but I
straight.
wouldn't. Yeah, I just go straight for the tea bag.
Even if there's loads of people
Aye,
making tea for. Like, I feel like I have a big family, so there's usually always, like, more than one person that'll say, like, oh, if you're making one, I'll have one.
Yeah.
But even then, I will never think to, like,
No.
put the teapot on. I'll just, like, put 2 or 3 tea bags, like, in a row.
A little bit of milk.
Like,
Yeah,
yes,
it
please.
depends who I'm making it for.
Fine.
A little bit more.
Really?
Like a
It's-
dash.
It's not very strong though, because it isn't brewed.
That's true, actually.
Let me do this for you.
Give me a
so you
give me a
can
mix.
because that's going to be light as well.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've sworn again. I basically before we did this episode and Shauna's episode, I
Told
told
me
them
off.
all off, and I was like, "You can't."
Told me off. Stop
yeah,
swearing.
I was like, "Don't do that."
And I barely swore.
Yeah, and I was the first person to ask them.
Slamming things out on the table.
Yeah, this is
makes
this is
him-
too light for me
Yeah.
now. But
Well, this is a lot. Yeah, this is dishwater.
but this is probably how Kaysha's looks by putting milk
I
in
just
it.
talked to myself, it's fine.
Yeah.
I've got to edit this and you banging things on the table.
Episode 10. This might be 10.
It might be 10, it might
Could
not
be
be. It might be
9.
11,
We've lost track.
it might be 12.
We
Depends
lost track.
on how it goes out.
Hey!
Huge fan. One clap for Ella. Excellent.
That wasn't even intentional, but I
There's biscuits there.
I will help myself.
Yeah.
I like a nice biscuit.
Oh my gosh. I called them a nice biscuit on Shauna's episode, and these two were like, it's Nice, like France. I was like, what? It's nice.
It says nice though. I've always read that as nice.
Yeah,
I need to find this out
so
now. Does anyone
I-
know this for a fact?
I thought they were called Nice biscuits,
Yeah.
but we call them nice biscuits as a joke.
No.
So as like
What?
I'm
Vanny's
gonna.
kind of way. we'll
I have
go,
no
"Oh."
clue the real. I see the word nice and I say nice. That's all I can say
yeah,
to you.
but then arguably Nice
I'm
is
also-
spelt nice.
Yeah,
the place
I'm
in
also-
France.
yeah, they're
I'm-
both spelt the same
I'm
way,
also
but I
not gonna
guess
judge people.
as I'm not French, my automatic is to
Nice.
go nice.
Yeah, and also, let's be honest, they're nice.
Yeah.
I
Facts.
thought that would have a bit more of a laugh, to be honest with you. I left a bit of space for you people to just went, yeah,
No.
yeah, great.
Could be
We're
very
on the
funny.
Tetley's tea today, so if they want to sponsor us at any point, that would be great. I'd prefer to get a Yorkshire sponsorship.
Have fun editing that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no, it's
sponsorship.
staying in.
She doesn't cut anything out. Oh yeah, that's probably because it's melting. Never mind. Let me know if that does taste like poison, then we'll swap the cup.
You can't go to Tetley, sponsor us, and then be like, oh well, actually, I'd rather Yorkshire Gold.
No, but you need to support me in this, because what I'm doing is, who's going to sponsor us first? Why have we got a lisp today? What's going on?
Consider
Why are you
no.
tripping over your words so much?
We've had a lunch break and I've gone now. Gone. Absolutely
Yeah.
gone.
She tapped out.
Food coma.
Yeah.
Talking about lunch breaks and things.
Yeah.
What's this segue going to be?
Thank
Yeah.
you. They're normally very random and don't make any sense at all. You have lots of lunch breaks in your line of work, don't you?
I was wondering where you were going to go
Yeah,
with
I've
that
got
then.
no idea, to be honest with you. I just want a biscuit, so you talk now.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So Ella, explain to the listeners and the watchers, hi YouTube,
Don't ever do that
How you
hi YouTube. Just to explain to what's happening, the listeners and the watchers, who you are, how you know us too, because I don't know if you do know Kaysha.
No, like
Officially.
in passing, more than anything.
Yeah,
I'd
we
say.
did Gold
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
of course you did.
Yeah.
I do this thing sometimes
I
where I
saw you at the
invite
gig
all
the
of
other
my...
day.
Yeah. So we know each other in passing
Yeah.
and, you know,
So
acquaintances,
basically,
I'd say.
Yeah.
Kaysha and Ella know each other because they're basically like huge fans of me.
Agreed. I'd say that. I'd say I'm a big fan of you.
Yeah, look at it.
Okay,
Yeah. But anyway, Ella, I'm a little sippy tea now, and tell them out.
Great.
Tell them all who you are, what you do, why you're here.
Where you come from?
Oh, God.
I already know the last one. She's like, I don't know why I'm here. I literally, why have I come here? It's chaos.
She's blackmailing me.
Yeah.
No, so, yeah, I'm Ella, and I work in theatre as a wig, hair, makeup, was assistant, newly deputy.
Aye, she's gone up the
That's
chain.
my next job. That's going up the
God.
ladder.
That's so cool.
But no, like in the hair and makeup and wigs department within theatre companies, mainly touring because your gal can't afford to live in London. So the
Oh my God, join the club.
Yeah, the tour is doing the job for the minute. But yeah, been doing that since 2021. So I haven't stopped yet.
And where did you study? Like, how did you get into it? That's such a specific... For me,
Yeah.
what you do is such a... Like, did you know you always wanted to do that? Or have you just ended up there?
I think it kind of came as a blindside, but then didn't at the same time because I was always a bit of like a theatre.
I was blindsided.
Yeah.
It's been a great
Yeah.
time.
I've just kind of landed where I am. I don't know how.
I'm in therapy and everything is fine. I don't want to be here, but here I am.
I've just kept going and just see what happens, you know.
Yeah.
But no, so I was always a massive theatre fan. Like always, like grew up like loving the theatre, loving shows. Was a proper little theatre nerd when I was in school.
You're
like
in good company.
yeah, loved it all.
Yeah.
You know, was that really annoying, like obsessed girl in the corner that like was always singing stupid show
Knew all the words.
Knew all the words.
Yeah.
So I always had that in my life and always knew I wanted that to be a part of my life in some way or other.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think as you get older and you start to realise how competitive that world is, as you will know, and how kind of scary and intimidating that can be. I kind of had a moment when I was like deciding if I wanted to like go to university, whatever. I had a moment where I was like, do I want to put myself through that? Like, do I want to like do it? Especially because I'd never really done it like properly. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't go to stage school.
No.
I didn't like go
'Cause
have like dance classes or anything like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't do any of that. I've had like
Yeah, you just
I
loved
loved
the
it.
world.
I
but
loved
you
the
weren't sure where you
world.
fitted into
Exactly.
maybe.
I loved the world. I did like my annual like school production. Like there was like once a year when I was in school, which I loved and I lived for. But then beyond that, I didn't really do anything other than that. So I was like, I know I'm going to be going up against people that have been doing it since they were like 3 years old. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to
Training,
be
like.
going in with
Yeah.
like people who have like made this their lives. And I was like, I just don't really know if I'll slot in how I want to.
Yeah.
So I kind of like made the decision because the only other thing I loved as much as like theatre and that kind of world was makeup, hair, like
Yeah,
all
because
those
I
things.
think I
yeah.
met you, I knew
Yeah.
of you. Makeup by Ella.
Yeah,
Go and
At.
follow. At Makeup by Ella.
X, I think.
X. I think it's X,
It's been a while since I've logged on to that
Yeah.
account, so you'll
But,
have to double check.
Although, but on my Instagram, she's tagged in basically all of my
That's
releases.
true,
So
yeah. Yeah.
I met you when I was invited to like a family wedding, I think, or a
Yes,
wedding.
it was. It
And
was you
me and
your
my mother,
Yeah.
Wendy.
Yeah.
Me and Wendy. Sorry. Okay, she's like, shut. Me and Wendy went to your living room,
Yes.
and you made us look like. Well, my mother's beautiful anyway.
Yeah.
I saved it.
Get that
You made me look like a different person, and I was very grateful. I was like, please turn me into a
Yeah,
model.
because when I was
Give me a jawline, Ella, please. And I continue to ask you to give me a jawline for years.
Years to come since then. It's really funny though because my sister and your cousin
Yes.
are very good friends
Yeah.
and have been for a while. And I always remember her saying to me, I think you should meet Caitlin out because I think you'd get on really well.
What, Lowry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like being like, I met Lowry's cousin today and I think you should meet her. I think you'd really get on.
Yeah.
And you know, shockingly we do.
Yeah.
But no, I think other than theatre, the only other thing I liked as much was like hair, makeup and all those things. Because as I said, before I left school, I was working, I say that loosely, as a freelance makeup artist. So
Yeah, you were like...
yeah, I was working. I was
Yeah.
doing, you know, taking appointments
Testing
and
the
all those things.
waters.
Exactly, like seeing if I could handle the world, I suppose. So yeah, I did freelance makeup for, I want to say a good like 3 years. I did that while I was still in school, like, before I left for university.
Yeah,
And
it was like your coffee shop job. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
basically, like on the weekends, I would make people up from like 10 o'clock in the morning until like 6 o'clock in the evening.
But at least you were still doing something that you loved.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, and I did love it. Like, I was, as well as being that annoying girl that like knew all the words to Hamilton, I was also the annoying girl that was watching like YouTube makeup gurus like religiously, and like Nikki tutorials and like Jacqueline Hill and like
we'll tag all these
yeah,
people.
exactly,
Get the names
exactly.
Out, get the
I
names
can't
out.
even tell you anybody else. I've forgotten them all.
Yeah, well,
but I was like, when I wasn't like in school or when I wasn't doing anything else, I would be like on YouTube, like watching makeup tutorials and like learning like everything I could about it. So I did that for like 3 years, and then I think when I was like deciding what I wanted to go to university for, I didn't know that you could go to uni and like do that as a degree. Like I didn't think it was an option for me. Like
I think that's probably still true for lots of people now.
Like
They
I
probably
didn't
don't
think.
it's-
I thought the most I could do was like maybe do like a year's course somewhere, like doing something. But I didn't.
like more of an apprenticeship.
Yeah,
vibe.
exactly. But
Yeah.
I didn't really know that you could do like a degree in hair and makeup. And it wasn't. I think where did I go? I think it was maybe like you know, you used to go to those like open call fairs where it was like all the like
open days.
or like it was like an open day, but it wasn't like for a specific university. It was like almost like a fair where like all universities had like their booths and they would like advertise like their university. We went to one of those when I was in sixth form. Like the school took us, and I think I came across, I want to say it might have been like Bournemouth Uni, and it was like Bournemouth Arts Uni.
I
And
think you've mentioned that to me. I think it was.
and
Bournemouth.
they were advertising a hair and makeup degree, like course that they were doing, and I was immediately like,
Oh.
what do you mean? Like you can do that? Like I didn't even think that was
Yeah.
a choice. Like I thought you had to just be like a nurse or something if you were going to go to university. So I then started like researching into it and looking into it, realizing that there's all these universities across the UK that do all these like really cool, amazing courses. But I think annoyingly now looking back, I may have chosen differently for the uni that I went to.
Interesting.
Just because I was very narrow-minded when I was going into it, because when I first started doing it, I was like, I'm makeup. I don't want to touch hair. I don't want to touch prosthetics. I
Which
don't want to
is
do.
nuts now.
I was
When
like,
you think about
yeah,
what you do, it's like,
literally. I was like, I'm a makeup girl. I don't like making people into monsters or giving them like black eyes or anything like that.
like casualty makeup,
exactly.
yeah.
I was like, I'm not a special effects girl.
Yeah.
I just want to like do people up, make them look glam, like do like commercial, very like Charlotte Tilbury, like that kind of vibe. That was like who I wanted to be.
Hi, Charlotte, if you're watching. We're really
Hi,
good
darling.
friends.
Yeah.
Hi, darling. Tag Charlotte.
Yeah, literally. But so that was like what my head was in when I was like looking at all these courses. So a lot of the times I found when I was going to the open days to like suss out the course, it would be a very like special effects heavy course, which obviously, because that's like a very niche, unique skill that you have in the makeup world, like not everyone can do it, not everyone does it well. So obviously that's something that people want to like learn more than like anyone. Well, I say anyone. Most people, if you're a makeup artist, can do a smoky eye. Like, you know what I mean?
Or like a red lip.
Exactly.
Or,
That's not what you go to learn. But like, I think I was very narrow-minded with like my knowledge of like the industry in that way when I was like making that choice for myself.
And maybe you weren't thinking, I'm going to go into theatre necessarily at that
Yeah,
point. Maybe
exactly.
you like commercials. And
Exactly, because
pretty things. and
because
like,
I also knew, even then I knew theatre isn't very makeup heavy. I knew.
And most of the time, you're asked to do your own basic makeup.
Exactly.
I never really had. I've had a wiggy and a costume person, but I've never had somebody go,
artist.
oh, I'll do your contour for you. Like, I haven't got time for that.
No, exactly. There's no time.
No,
and I was like, and I knew
yourself.
that. So in my brain, I kind of had written it off as like, maybe one day, like, it'll happen, because I knew there are shows that require a lot of makeup. Like, you know, look at Cabaret now that's in town. Like, that... gorgeous designs, gorgeous designs, and that's very makeup heavy as well as
it's almost clown, isn't it?
Exactly, it's gorgeous. I love it. So I think now, if I was to do like a course again and make that choice for myself again, I don't think I would have chosen my course, because the reason I chose it was because I found that it wasn't as special effects heavy as others.
But
and
now
that
you
was
wish you'd kind of done that.
Yeah, now I wish I'd done that, because now I know the more skills you can add to your belt, the better. And just because you don't necessarily think you want to do it doesn't mean you shouldn't learn it.
It's
You know what I mean?
pressure to put on a youngster.
Oh,
Go to
definitely.
uni.
Yeah.
Like, basically, like, I didn't go. I never wanted to.
Yeah.
Doesn't interest me. But loads of people in our industry, everyone's gone to uni.
Mm-hmm.
But how big of that decision to make? Be like, you have to decide
When you're 12,
this
like.
for the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
It is scary.
I still think uni is... Going to do something, to train, to do something is way too young to go at 18.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because also, I think
young.
knowing what I know now, I would have been more beneficial had I gone and done like a hairdresser's apprenticeship and trained to be a hairdresser and then entered the industry to what I do now, because it's becoming more and more of a requirement that you know how to cut hair in my job, even though we really touch real people's hair. But it's still an expectation on like my department and like the kind of people that I work with every day. Like, you know, I've just booked myself onto a barbering course because that's becoming something that's a requirement in my job, to be able to cut men's hair, even though I've never been interested in doing that.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to cut
But you
hair.
know, you're clever and you're going, well, if that's what everyone else is getting, I need to get that to stay
But is your wage
Exactly.
going up for
top
that?
of the game.
No, that's just people. It's an expectation. It's an expectation of the
So
industry.
they want you to carry on adding these things to
Yeah.
your belt, like you said.
Constantly.
Well,
Your
now
wage should go up.
now you are trained in so many areas. Well, I want my wage to go up.
That is the thing, though, in my industry especially, where you are constantly expected to keep learning and to keep adding strings to your bow and to keep adding skills to your bow. Like, people, it's crazy actually how much people expect you to know as one person.
Yeah.
Where, like, generally, if you're in a team, the point is to build people with lots of different skill sets and lots of different, you know...
So you've got everything
Exactly.
covered.
So you've got everything covered. So not one person has to do it all.
And basically, they want to pay you the same amount to do 3 or 4 people's
Exactly.
job.
Welcome to actor musicianship
Yes.
roles.
Welcome to just any creative job.
Oh, do you know what?
Yeah.
I've written this play and it's got music, but I can't afford the actors and a massive pit full of musicians. So
I'm just gonna
I'll just get
mob
actor
them together.
musicians and pay them a little bit more.
Exactly.
It's like,
Exactly.
but you know, arguably then it's like if you've got more skills to go, you're going to be able to have more job opportunities.
Exactly.
So you are upskilling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll be grateful for it, I'm sure. Like because even then it's something I can fall back on when I'm out of work. I can say I could do that on the side. I can be like a freelance barber, apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
we'll
you can
see.
be-
Check back in after I've done the course. It might not end well.
Ella will be back in 4 weeks' time and she'll let us know how that goes.
give Kaysha a haircut.
and then I'll
I was going to say female barbers, nothing against women, learn a barber, but
not for you.
when I put them against my barber now,
Yeah.
man, against the hairdressers that I've had before, it's like...
I was talking about this with my mother the other
you
day, though. I was like, isn't it mad how barbering is a very male-dominated field, but then if you see a male hairdresser, it's automatically assumed that they're gay.
Yeah.
But then if you see a male barber, you're like,
Straight.
they're straight.
They like skateboarding,
Yeah.
they got tattoos. They're
Yeah.
like, mate, I'll give you a 1, 2, and a 3.
Yeah,
or
but it's
whatever.
like, why is barbering...
1, 2, and 3.
why is barbering considered more masculine than
no, yeah, that's
hairdressing?
weird. That is
Do you know what I mean? I don't know why, but I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, why is this so...
It's a stigma over men can be hairdressers, but women really shouldn't be barbers.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Because they must be lesbians then, if they cut men's hair.
This is what I mean. Like, I don't know what got me thinking about this. Probably
You're
because
calling
I'm...
many people here
Yeah.
if you're a
No.
lesbian cutting men's hair.
No.
But that's probably because I'm about to do a course. I've been thinking, like,
What
why?
will people assume I am?
You know, not even that, but just
God.
but just like, why is it like less common, or like why is it more acceptable for a man to be a barber than a hairdresser? Like, I don't know. It was just like on my brain, like, you know, you just like start thinking to yourself, like, it's very weird that is a thing.
It is.
It's the way a woman holds a...
Stop. We're not going there. We're not going
holds a
there.
trust me.
We're not-
Right? It is. It's how they hold it, and they use it. They don't use their wrist
You need to
enough.
take videos next time so we can
won't.
update the
Don't use-
Instagram.
should I go then? When I go, I'll say more wrist.
It's
More wrist. Kaysha said more wrist.
Flick of the wrist.
Women
Just
go
a
like
flick of
this,
the wrist.
right? With nothing, and then if you watch a barber, they will go like that with their wrist. You might be all right because you drum.
I'm good with my wrists on my hands.
Hey.
Thank you.
You
So
know.
you did the makeup, you got the degree.
Yeah, sorry, we went off on a tangent there.
No,
I went to...
no.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
Welcome
something.
to
That was not a tangent. we have decided to talk about one thing and ended up going, why are we talking about Maltesers? Never mind.
Yeah, no. So I went to Southampton Solent University. Is the
Woo!
university I went
Southampton, yay!
to. Big up Solent.
Never been, never been there. We'll tag him.
I wouldn't.
Honestly, them.
Oh yeah.
No. It was honestly. I'm grateful.
For everyone listening, I'm just digging Ella out of the hole.
I'm grateful that I did the course because not only did I meet amazing people on that course that I still work with today, like one of my really good friends from the course, Shay, she has now gone on to do amazing things. She works very heavily in...
She's really enjoying this. She just goes...
I can't wait for you to edit this later. I actually can't.
She doesn't edit it.
I'm gonna edit it. It's all staying
Cut
in.
anything out. She just leaves me being a dick.
It is you most of the time.
I know. The thing is, I've got the slump now, the after lunch slump.
Yeah, you want to lie
I
down.
love what you're saying. I do.
Yeah.
I'm not being rude. But I also I got really excited then when we were going to talk about tea, as in like spilling the tea on Southampton. And then when you went, but I've made lovely friends, I went,
I was going to go into it. If you'd given me a second, I would have gone into it.
Too boring.
Right.
tell us. No, go on.
But no. So,
I'll turn it on.
yeah, the course. So I would say the course wasn't amazing for the amount of time that I was there and for the amount that I learnt, I would say.
Okay, yeah.
Considering I was there for 3 years, paid $9,500 per year to be there. And
Everyone in England now is going, that's so cheap.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Any American listeners?
Yeah.
Wild. And I didn't feel like I left uni knowing everything that I should have known going into the industry.
Was it your course? Was it like intense Monday to Friday? You were in like 9 a.m. to 6 every day, or was it not like
it was more like that in my first year,
and
but
then
it kind of like as the years went on, you kind of got like more slack with it, or I guess it kind of just became more up to you. Like if you wanted to be in 9 to 6 every day, you could be.
Yeah,
but
practicing stuff
as
whatever.
a 18-year-old.
Other things to do
exactly
in Southampton at 18.
Again, my point is...
Do I want to learn how to do mascara flick on an eye that I know already how to do, or a red lip, or there's that club night going on tonight. It's £1 to get in.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
That's probably why I didn't go to uni.
What?
Freshers.
Red lips.
Like people.
I will say you meet some very bizarre people.
Strange people.
And it's also the fact that you all get like lumped together randomly, like when you first live there, like
and
you're
like,
thrown in with a bunch of strangers.
Creepy, innit?
And you just like hope everybody gets on. Like I'm actually really lucky that I'm still really good friends with 2 of the girls that I first lived with in university, and like we still
same
talk.
What happened to
actually.
the rest?
Dead. Yeah, never seen them again. No, we actually had a big fallout, like, in our uni house, in, like, when I was in second year, one of the girls, like, stormed out to the house, and I was like, it was actually so, like, looking back now, it's so ridiculous.
Oh my god, yeah. I look back at halls, especially, I'm like...
Literally, it wasn't even halls, though, we were in a uni house. I remember one of the girls, she just, like, she just got a boyfriend, it was, like, a new boyfriend, and he was over all the time, and, like,
was it about bills?
Kind of, yes
yeah,
and no.
that's always a thing.
Yes and no.
Always a thing.
But no, it
thing
was
is,
more...
he's showering you every morning and every night, and like he actually showers more than me, and I'm paying the water bill. So can he start paying? And then it just kicks off. Like.
But it wasn't even that. I mean, it was more just like she stopped bothering with us, which like in itself we were like, do we want cool, whatever. But then she would like make comments about certain things, and then I remember there was one night where we were all downstairs because it was during COVID, because I was in uni during COVID, so that was a fun experience that I had to finish off my degree during COVID on a makeup degree where I couldn't come this close to you. So
yeah, I promise I've done a red lip, but the mask's covering it.
That in itself is wild to me that we were still expected. I think I'm gonna go on in a tangent on this section though, because the fact that we were still expected to produce the same quality of work,
ridiculous,
when we were given half like the utilities to do so. Like there was a full like photography studio in my uni that we could use, and there was all like equipment, like all camera equipment, like you could just pick and choose what you wanted. It was was amazing.
The facilities in
that's
worth going to, because you get to you haven't got by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So. All those facilities were sensational, and you would not have been able to do the kind of work that you had to do without it. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
But then imagine having all of that taken off you and still being expected to produce quality work.
And still aim for your first.
It was it was mental. Looking back now, it makes me so angry because I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So the degree was great for, I think, the contacts that it gave me. Because now I know people who work in different avenues of the industry, and there's other people
call
I
and
can
be
talk
like,
to.
"Can I come and
well, funnily
shadow
enough,
you?"
one of my friend that I was talking about, who
Shay.
Hi
Shay.
Irish Shay, she loved this. She's got her own podcast actually, so she'll love this.
We'll have to do a pod on pod.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's called Wise Up. I'm gonna plug that for you, Shay. You are.
There we are. We'll tag you.
Yeah. But she works mainly in TV and film more than theatre. But she does work, honestly, she does work in theatre on and the off. Because I remember I was in Bat when she started her first
Bat
theatre
Out
job.
of Hell, the Meatloaf musical.
Yes, that was my first job. It was a great job, loved it. So I was doing that when she was doing her first theatre job, which was, she was working as a swing on Back to the Future in London.
You have swings, like, you mean this performer swing?
Kind of. So we have so it's more London than touring.
Yeah. Oh, as everything
but
is.
in London, you'll have what is known as like wigs swing, which is basically someone who will swing around different shows in London and basically work a full-time job on 3 or 4 different shows.
I did not know
So-
you had a swing. Because obviously, I know about swings, like performer swings.
Yeah.
And
So like somebody, like say Shay worked on she was working on Back to the Future as a swing.
I missed that.
They have, because obviously like London, because you are more of a base show, you have more
annually paid people rather
Yes.
than like,
So-
you've got a contract for 3 months.
exactly.
And then,
So you get holidays, you get sick cover, you get all those things. So then the swings are there to cover
oh, that's
those
really
instances.
cool. I did not know that.
So, and also there might be certain people that only work like part-time in the theatre, so they'll come in and do like what I would call like a set-in shift, which is basically when you come in, you work the morning and you get all the wigs ready for the show, and then that person will leave, and then somebody else will come in to do the actual show and like do like the plot of the show.
God, the West
So-
End is a different, like...
So she did that. That was her first like wigs theatre job.
But yours was like
Mine was
wiggy
like
on a job.
a contracted like tour. I was like doing the maintenance and the shows, because on tour that's what you're expected to do, because you don't really get like cover as such, unless it's like been organised like months in advance that a certain person is going to come in to like cover, like I don't know, like somebody's got like a wedding or something.
Yeah.
But that's even if they let you go, because sometimes they don't.
Say that louder, please.
Yeah.
For several people I've had to let down
Yeah,
this year who I
literally.
can't go to their weddings.
Yeah, honestly, the amount of times I've had to say to my uni friends, I'm really sorry, girls, I can't.
Sorry, but it's true.
I can't come to that thing because I'm working, and they're like, "Can't you book it off?" And I'm like, "No, I can't. I cannot book it off, unfortunately."
Yeah. What do you mean you can't book it off?
I'm like, I can't. I'm contracted 3 weeks off in the year, and they've given them to me already.
What do you mean you can't? Well, I'm playing Sean in Housemates. If Sean's going into a wedding, there isn't a Sean in Housemates. There's nobody there to cover me. I cannot have a day off.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
If I'm ill, I've got to go on. Otherwise, the show doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
People just don't
anyway,
understand.
that is a.
Yeah.
Like, it was a bit
Sometimes
of a low
it's-
blow-ish,
yeah.
but like, I get it.
It's a low blow. I know it's a low blow, but I can't. It is what it is. I can't, like,
Sometimes it's more, I guess, if you're in a company that looks after you and you've got a big enough team to cover, like sickness and stuff is kind of more like you've got a bit more wiggle room there. But when I did SpongeBob,
short contracts. No way.
when I did SpongeBob, that was a 6-month contract, and I was the only person doing the wigs for that show, because I kind of got tricked into doing that, because basically I went in expecting to be like an assistant, because that was my level. I just finished back, like that was my first job, finished it as an assistant, went in to do this thing. They said, can you come and be like an assistant to the team? I was like, yes, great. Turned up, the team was the wardrobe team.
Ah, right.
So they didn't have a fucking clue, basically. They didn't. They had a little bit of knowledge, but like nothing really.
Yeah.
And I kind of was just in the classic, you know, when you finish your first job and you're like terrified, and you're like, oh my god, I'm never gonna work again. I was very much like that in my brain of like, I just need to
when
work.
you have your first
I was like, I just need to be in a
yeah.
job. Like, I don't really care what it is. I just need to be in a job. And I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, I'll work. I'll. This is a 6-month job. Like, this is work. And I did it. Like, the people were amazing. Like, the company, I feel like we all very much trauma bonded on that job, because it was just
that do be happening.
Yeah, but. So yeah, I was like,
good.
and I was working as an assistant, but technically as a department of one. So I don't know who I was assisting.
Yeah, you're assisting yourself.
Myself. But yeah, no. But
So how did you go from makeup into wigs? Because for me, even, I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah, so on the degree, so this is kind of the point I was trying to make before, again, went on this tangent.
That's not. It's really not. Honestly, we're
yeah.
remarkably on topic.
Yeah, so my friend who works in film and TV, she did the same course as me. So, but she kind of went one way, I went one way. So basically, when we were in our second year of university, you got to choose a like speciality subject.
Ah, okay.
So you got to choose to work in either special effects makeup, editorial, or wig work and postage.
See, now from what you said, I would have assumed you would have gone editorial.
See, but after doing a year,
you were like,
I kind of... See, this is the one thing I kind of got irritated by with my course, because on the first year, they very much took everyone back to basics, which I understand why they did it, because they wanted to make sure everyone was on the same level, that everybody knew at least the same basic knowledge. But in my brain, I was like, you've come onto a makeup course. We know how to colour match a foundation, or you should anyway. If you're on this course, you should know how to do that. So I think that I really struggled with that kind of like...
waiting for other people to catch up.
Waiting for like the course to kind of just start to get interesting for me.
It was a waste of a year.
Yeah,
really,
it felt... The first year did feel
you could have just gone in second year with your experience.
Yeah.
But then, yes.
But then again, I guess it's like the experience, you've got to go through the motions, haven't you? But I think after doing my first year... And obviously then they kind of start to tell you to start like thinking of things, and like the tutors are like industry professionals again as well.
That is one of the best parts about it. You are literally learning from people you'll end up with.
Exactly. But even then, like the tutors there was only one or two people I would say that were like makeup and hair industry professionals, and then the others were very like fine arty kind of people, I would say. So it was kind of hard to gauge like
who's working when, who's doing
or like what where is the work, what is the, like, you know what I mean, because that's half the question sometimes when you start. You're like, how do I get jobs, like that is like, do you know what I mean, like how do I do it, I don't know.
How do you send...
It's the business side.
Exactly.
How do you send an email to somebody and say, I'm...
or like, what are the websites? Like, where do I look for where do they advertise? Like, because you just, like, you don't know these things.
I always bring that into, not even university, but going to secondary school.
Yeah.
Kids should be taught, like, proper life lessons.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
How to do a tax return.
Yeah. How to apply for a mortgage. Like, I don't even know that.
Just
like
these sort of business things and life skills that
or like
you go to uni and they expect you to know.
Massively.
Or like, you know, if a carbon monoxide alarm went off, don't touch a switch because you'll blow up.
I don't even know that.
I learned that last night. Exactly. I learned this last night from my parents. And I was like, I'm sorry. My dad said it, if I should just know that. I should just know the information of, if the carbon monoxide alarm goes off, obviously evacuate the house ASAP, but don't touch a light switch on. How do you know that then, Dad? What do you mean I don't know? Am I meant to know that? Yeah.
You don't
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I skipped carbon monoxide class in school. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I know...
skipped that seminar, funnily enough. I didn't think it was that important.
I know not to put a knife in a toaster, because that's just told to me as in, like, you will die. Or don't put metal in the microwave. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Even though I have also done that by mistake. I left a bit of, like, foil on my yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh, bad.
Scary.
Not yogurt.
Yogurt?
No, like a rice
Why
pudding.
you microwaving yogurt?
I just like it curdled. I love the stomach ache afterwards.
God alive. Yeah, no.
It's like, what, like, why? It does wind me up sometimes, especially like being like in your 20s. Now you must get it sometimes, or maybe not. But like you just sometimes you say something and go, oh, I don't know. What do you mean? I've got to MOT my car? What do you mean? I bought the car. I put diesel in it. It runs.
know all about MOTs.
Oh God.
I've been caught.
Oh, don't worry.
No,
I was like,
I'm sorry. Why did they not tell me? They remind me with every other bloody thing. They send me a letter in the post. Why did they not say? No, they don't do that. They don't. Yeah, but I didn't know that. How? I skipped MOT class. I've never owned my own vehicle. I'm a named driver. I'm skint.
What I should say is that's your father's fault.
Oh.
Don't want to go down that road.
No, do you know what?
Why
I'll make you feel
did
better.
you?
I'll make you feel better. I was up in Manchester over Christmas, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Before
with what show?
Wicked, the musical. Wicked, das Musical.
Yes.
So, but I shit you not, 2 days before I was due to drive up to Manchester, I light bulb in my like front light blue or something. And you know when you go into Halfords and you put your reg in to like find out like what bulb I need or what have you?
Absolutely.
It then tells you.
Paul does that for me.
Yeah.
I only
my light bulb's gone.
I only know this. know this because my uncle is really into his cars, so he was like, just put your edge in, and I was like, all right. Because
I'm a strong, independent woman too, but not when it comes to cars.
He changed the light for me.
Exactly.
He
enjoys it.
I said, he changed the light for me. Don't worry, I didn't do that myself. I just went and picked the bulb up. But when you search it, it tells you like if your MOT has run out or not. And I didn't realise. Bear in mind what I do for a living now.
How long?
I drive around the country. I'm up and down.
More than 2 months. It made me feel better.
5 months.
Yeah.
5 months over. And
we drive.
Got a clue.
We all drive for our jobs.
I'm up and down the country. I'm up and down that M4 more than I am my own fucking stays in my house. Like, it is...
Oh my God.
I don't know how I got away with it.
5 months.
I honestly...
I thought your 2 months was bad.
Honestly. Well, and no, looking back now, I think I realised how it happened.
You forgot.
No. Well, yes.
I think I realised.
Well, yes, I forgot.
For me, I think I know that was happened here. I didn't know I needed one.
No, yes, I forgot. That's the obviously.
I didn't forget. I didn't know the information.
Obviously,
you didn't know that she needed an MOT every year, mate.
But I think the reason I forgot was because around the time it was due, I was in Dublin. And I was in Dublin all summer for like 8 weeks.
Okay.
And I remember before I left for Dublin, I left my car home, obviously.
Yeah.
My parents said to me, while you're away now, we'll sort the car out. We'll like get it MOT, we'll get the service all up to date.
So make sure that's
So they told me.
Parents' fault.
So they told me they were going to do it. And I just forgot that was a conversation we'd had.
Yeah.
And so did they.
Yeah.
Because even they were like, what the? And I was like, I don't know how this has happened. And then I had to book it in for an emergency MOT before I had to drive up to Manchester then. And that's like a 5-hour drive. So can you imagine if I hadn't checked and I'd done that and then I'd got fucking caught.
And that's when you probably would have got caught.
Yeah,
when
probably.
You actually knew about it. Not the 5 months.
No, exactly. When I knew about it. If I'd risked it and gone, oh, it's been 5 months, what are the odds? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and just thought, oh, bugger
What
it.
does bad for me though is that they done backdate it. Like, it just goes from when you get the MOT. Yeah. Like, I thought then I was in trouble with the garage. I thought like, oh, I'm going to be in trouble now.
I think they're going to rinse me when I rock up with this garage.
Well, not even rinse, just purely just like, if I've been 2 months without one, they're going to have to backdate it for legality's sake and just say I've had one from October.
Not up to the garage.
So really, I'm really clever because I've had 2 months free.
Well, no,
you pay for it either way though.
Oh, Amanda.
You're not paying for the year, you're just paying for the actual service, like the job that they do. You'll have to get it done in another year.
Honestly,
and you have to pay the same amount of money.
I bought my first car, well, obviously a year ago now.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, just over a year ago because I need my MD done.
Yeah.
But like, I thought it was going to be the best thing I've ever done, and honestly, the grief that car, the vehicle, has given me is not worth the second hand. It's like I call it my hearse because it's going to be dead soon.
Oh, don't worry. Have you seen Lucy's car?
No.
Oh,
what should I then?
The Citroen C1. We used to share this car. I remember the Citroen. It's a little blue Citroen, right? Yeah. We used to share it. Another topic that I can't get into because I'll get heated. I don't know how we ended up sharing, but we did.
I shared with my sister.
So
Colin the Colt. I miss Colin. He's class. 1.4, tiny car, but massive on the inside.
Yeah, the Citroen's 1.4 as well, I think. But that car, right, has been around since I was 14. I'm now 25.
Years ago.
Yeah, I'm now 25. I haven't...
Over 10 years.
So that car...
Good mask, Caitlin.
Seen some miles. That car. And we're all saying, she's not going to buy a new car anytime soon. But when that thing dies...
You're not selling it. It's just going to
it's dying a death.
Yeah.
That will die a death.
But I think running a car to the ground is fine. Because people do stuff...
money's worth out of it, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
But...
Because once it goes past a certain point, you're making money from it anyway. So I'm like, I don't want to sell it and like...
Should have just got a car on finance.
Yeah, well, not all of us can even afford to get a car on finance. I tried. I couldn't.
They told me no. They told me no.
They were like, what do you do? I was like, sometimes I'm employed and sometimes I'm very much not. They were like, sorry, can't help you.
I'm surprised I got one mind when they said, what's your job? Singer.
Were you like, self-employed?
Oh God,
bad name.
Yeah. I flew it.
Flew the car.
No,
what?
Flew the pass for the finance.
Is it?
Yeah.
We need the podcast to start making some money basically, and then I'll be able to get a car finance.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. That would.
Do you know what I've started doing though? Oh yeah, it would be great for your bank balance.
For my bank balance.
I've started I've completely that point.
Wow, that went, didn't it?
I literally closed my eyes for a second and went, it's gone. What's wrong with me today?
We've started.
I need Lucozade. Somebody give me a Lucozade now.
Well, they're going to send it back in time, are they?
We went into why I ended up in wigs. That was the point we made.
Yeah, I was doing
cards, and then
now
there
we're MOTs.
And
I want
finance.
See, that was a tangent.
That
I
was-
got involved.
Yeah.
So wigs.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
So
Yes.
I chose, going back to it, second year university, you chose specialty. I chose wig working on postiche because...
What?
Postiche. So postiche is facial hair. So, like if you have like a fake mustache or something, that's
cool.
that's postiche.
I guess that is like basically wigs department, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the same kind of like avenue as like the same people who would make a wig would make a mustache. It's the same skill. Do you know what I mean? But I went into it knowing, because in the back of my brain I knew if I want to work in theatre, I need to know how to do this. So I was like, if I want to be able to make that an option for myself, I need to gain this skill. But was very much going into it with the intention of staying. Yeah, with the attitude of like, I'm gonna learn it so I know it, but I'm not gonna get on with it. Probably, I'm not gonna like want to do it. Lo and behold, really enjoyed it. So
and she's here today.
Yeah, lo and behold, really enjoyed it, because I think the reason I was so against it initially was because in my brain I was like, I don't like hair.
And also, you're probably already going, I'm really confident and practicing makeup, and I want to do makeup.
Exactly, I just want to like hone that skill.
Yeah.
But I was also just like terrified of hair, because I don't, even like to this day, like if you want me to like style you a hair, I would 100 times prefer to style a wig for you and give you a wig.
Put it on me head.
Yeah.
Put it on me head.
Put it on me head.
Put it on me head.
She's turned Cockney all of a sudden.
I think you two should carry on probably.
But yeah, no, I think I was just terrified of hair, like, because it just doesn't listen to you. It does what it wants. It's its own beast.
You're telling me?
Yeah. Honestly, it does what it wants. It doesn't listen to you.
No.
It's a diva. It's the biggest diva in the room. Anyone's hair.
Sounds like
But so I was just like, I don't want to touch it because she just doesn't get on with it. Like, do you know what I mean? But wigs don't behave that way. Wigs actually listen to you.
Yeah, because you literally go.
You can train them. You can like literally tell them what to do, and you can train them, and you can drag them about, and you can stab them, and they're not going to say ow.
Yeah.
So,
some of my favorite panto costumes have purely been because the wig has just completely changed the way
it does.
like
I hold myself
because of the weight and yeah, I love putting wigs on for shows, especially like in the shows where I have to be like multi-rolling. It's so easy to swap a character when you swap a wig.
Oh my god, massively. Yeah,
I've had some funky wigs in my time.
Yeah, but so that's how I ended up doing it, because I did it knowing that I would need the skill if I wanted to work in theatre, not intending to enjoy it as much as I did, but then just really got on with it and was just like, this is, I want to do this.
Yeah. So you've just done Wicked.
Yeah.
For a year.
Yeah. Wow. Over a year. It was like,
it was more.
It was like 14 months, something like that. 13
that
14
is a
months.
chunky little
contract. From November 23 to January of 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you, how?
Did you get sick of it by the end?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, do you know what? I didn't, but I did to the extent of, obviously the film came out while we were doing it.
So you're
so
in
I
peak,
was
like,
literally just surrounded by it constantly.
Billboards,
and I was like
everywhere.
I was like, oh my god, everything's pink and green. Everything is pink and green. I was like, whoa, this is mental.
You used to leave work and go, oh, there is a life outside of Wicked. But then when Wicked came out, the film, she left work going, the world is now Wicked as well.
Everything is Wicked. Everything is Wicked. Das Musical. Like, it was a lot. But it was a mental show. Like, it was a bucket list show for me. Like, definitely a dream show.
Yeah.
I think everyone, if you've loved theatre,
you want to do Wicked
at some point in your life, no matter what avenue you come from it. Like, you want to do that show because it is just such like
it's just a long.
It's just a mammoth of a show, isn't it?
It is,
and I think especially for me as somebody whose first love was makeup, that show offered both. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It gave me the opportunity to be able to do the thing that I loved originally again, and also upskill and continue honing the new skill that I now have, which is wigs, because the wigs in that show are mental. Like, I remember watching it.
I'm just thinking of the one short day.
Oh yeah, all the EC
like
wigs. The Emerald City ECs.
Sorry, she's got the lingo now.
Yeah, got the
like the EC wigs. Like,
they are like beasts. Like anyone will say to you, who knows wigs or anything like that. For a style that is like you're doing from fresh, like a couple of rollers, what have you, dressing it, you don't really want to be taking any longer than like half an hour, 40 minutes to like style it out and like make it look pretty. Those wigs could take anywhere from like half an hour to an hour and a half to like dress. If you were doing it from like scratch, like reset, hot, like chuck it in the oven, put it out, redress it. Like,
when do you have a break if you've got a matinee day? Like, do you just eat whilst you're prepping for the night? Like,
it depends. It varies on how busy the day is. So if we have a day where loads of people are off ill and we've got loads of swings on, loads of covers on, and you've got to like get everything out from the back because, you know, the
new wigs,
exactly, because everybody has, based on like covers, like everyone will have their own version of a wig, so like nobody would share. So like in Wicked, for example, I think there was something like 94 wigs, but that was like including
the cover ones,
all the covers, all the swings, all like the, you know, the backups ones. Exactly, yeah. So
it's a lot to cart around, isn't it, on a show? Like,
I think we had
lorries full of like.
I think our department alone had 14 trundles, I want to say.
And how many trundles would fit on one lorry? Like all of them?
Oh, I'll have to fact check that.
I can't believe you come on here and you haven't checked that.
I'll have to text my tech swing friend and say she's the one that actually puts the things in the truck. So I'll say, how many pans can you get on that truck? She'd be able to tell you. But
just like the scale of it in my tiny little regional theatre head just doesn't, like, I don't understand.
It is mental. But we do get off easy as our department because we don't actually have to like dismantle everything and like put things away, so we just basically need to make sure all our boxes are packed and all our shit is packed, and then they just like get it from the rooms then and put it on the cars and put it on the trucks and stuff, and then we get to go bye, and then like all the rest of them like are there for like 12 or more hours, like just like dismantling the entire thing.
Like people just don't realise the background stuff going on.
It takes like Wicked anyway, I think it took like 2 days for us to get into a theatre. So people would be like...
So you're arriving on the Wednesday, right?
So say now, like, the show is on Wednesday.
Wednesday night?
Yeah, say the show was on Wednesday night. We would get there on the Tuesday, but there would have been people there...
From the Sunday, right?
Sunday,
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
And then when, on the Wednesday, all the cast would turn up on the Wednesday,
so after a Saturday night, they're doing the get out, they're putting stuff into vans and stuff, and they're driving overnight to get there on the Sunday?
If it's a back-to-back venue, pretty much, yeah. But we were quite lucky on Wicked that because all the venues were such long sit-downs, so we were in each venue for like minimum 4 weeks, maximum like 8.
Yeah, you didn't do weekly changes,
God, the scale of that show, there's no way you could do it. It wouldn't be worth it. It would, because the amount of time it would take you to even put the thing together, to then have to take it all down again, like it wouldn't even be worth it. Like for like cost effective, like more than anything. Like it's just it would cost more to like put it all up than you would make putting on the show. Like if you were to be there for shorter periods, but. Yeah, so we were quite lucky because there were such long sit downs. We would usually have at least a week in between venues. So we would do like a 6 week sit down, have a week off, next venue. 6 weeks, week off, next venue. I think there was 3 venues that we did back to back. So I think we did like 9 weeks in one hit, where we did like Southampton, was it Birmingham, Southampton, Liverpool? I want to say we did like back to back. And by then we were all like
knackered,
dead, and also like clawing each other's eyes out because we were like, I just need to not spend time with all you people.
Yeah, it's not, isn't it?
Because like on tour especially, like you are in each other's pockets, like you're working together, you're living together, you've seen each other all day.
You spend your days off going for coffee with each other.
Exactly, you spend your days off doing activities together because you don't know anybody else, like unless you're in a city where you know friends, like it can, like, well, I quite enjoy it sometimes though, because it does feel like a little family, like you're all kind of like,
and then you do get sad when you leave a job, you're like, oh my gosh, like I know like you so well right now, but I know as soon as we leave, I might not
see you again for another year,
and I might not be able to keep in contact with you because you can't keep in contact with everyone in the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of like, it sounds savage to say it, but on an actor's point of view, you definitely bond more with 1 or 2 people in a cast and keep them close. But even that needs to slow down at some point because you haven't got time for so many people in your life.
It's the same in any department. Like I've got friends from Wicked now that I've left that I know I consider
You'll
them
meet
close
up
friends
with
and I'll
and-
meet
yeah.
up with, and I still like talk to regularly even though we're finished.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that I'm going to be quite glad not to see
You're
again.
like, bye!
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
There's other people that I'm going to be like, I actually genuinely hope I don't see you again.
Yeah.
So
So what's your... We've got an exclusive.
Oh.
We've got an exclusive. What are you doing next?
My next job is going to be the first unofficial Moulin Rouge world tour.
Oh.
So that's the next big bad boy one.
We talked about that on
Yeah.
the Wicked
Yeah.
episode.
Moulin Rouge. I know, I
Moulin
mentioned
Rouge.
it tonight. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm a Moulin Rouge girly through and through.
Yeah.
How exciting is that?
Very exciting actually because it's one of my favourite films.
Yeah.
So
Have you seen the...
No. So I've actually never seen the show because
Interesting.
again I'm never in one place for long enough generally, or I'm too far away from London to get there. But I
too expensive.
usually that I usually don't actually have the time to see a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Like annoyingly because that's
wild,
what I
isn't it?
love. I love to watch shows.
Yeah.
So no, I've never actually seen the show, but I'm a little bit scared to watch it because I've heard if you are a big fan of the film.
It's not like the film at all.
No, I was going to say,
It's
if
not.
you are a big fan of the film, then you will probably dislike the show.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, that's
I
kind of
didn't-
why I've kind of like been a bit standoffish to it, because I'm scared. I'm scared to watch it. Like,
It's
what
just,
if I...
you can't, from an experience of watching the film an unbelievable amount of times to the point where I literally can say all of Ewan McGregor's lines and Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah, Elephant Love Medley,
Oh
banger.
my god, stop. Like, too much. I love it.
Yeah.
To the point, I'm just warming my hands up.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, I went to see the show. I know Craig, who's now Seedler?
Is that the guy who owns the theatre?
Yes.
The like...
No, he's
ringleader
not
person.
Seedler. Seedler's the evil guy who's trying to take...
No, that's the Duke.
Yeah, Seedler. Oh no,
No,
Seedler is the guy.
Seedler's like the ringleader.
Craig Ryder, I am so sorry if you're watching this. It's an
I
embarrassment.
haven't even seen the show, and I know that.
It's an embarrassment, but I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
He's on the West End playing the actual part now. I think he was like either swing or alternate, I think. But he's actually got that role now in the West End. And we went to see it, me and Olivia, and although I thought the dance was amazing, I thought it was just brilliant. The only time I struggled with it is when I tried to compare it to the film.
Yeah.
And unlike lots of other musicals, you cannot compare them because I felt like they were just two different things.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike one more than the other. I just thought they were different. The only time I got disappointed by the theatre version is when I tried to compare it to like one of my favourite films of all time.
Same.
And that's got nothing to do with the singing, the acting, nothing at all.
It was just more
The
like how
theatre-
they'd put it together.
Yeah, it's just a different thing, and there's different songs in there.
Yeah, well,
you
yeah,
know.
because obviously they released the soundtrack like when America did it.
Yeah.
And I remember being so excited. Remember when it first came out and like they'd sent all those pictures, like the preview pictures of like what the stage looked like and stuff.
Oh my gosh, the
and it was like
theatre is
crazy.
I mean, they've turned it into the Moulin Rouge.
It looks like Baz Luhrmann's Wet Dream.
Oh
like,
my god,
that
honestly,
stage.
even
Like,
when you walk into that theatre, it's kind of like the Wicked Green
Yeah,
theatre.
yeah.
But like the Moulin
They've got
Rouge,
like the elephant and everything.
oh my
haven't
god,
they?
there's
like,
a massive windmill that's just going around all the time.
It is.
It looks fun.
It's
It's
overwhelming.
such a spectacle.
It is
honestly.
overwhelming. Just without the show even starting, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like,
Because I remember seeing all that and being like, oh
Wow,
my
wow.
god, like that looks amazing.
yeah.
And
But as a performer,
Yeah.
I'd say I'd be more excited for you going in doing that stuff, the visual stuff, because that is one of the most spectacular,
Like,
excuse the pun,
visually, yeah.
spectacular.
yeah,
That is.
yeah.
I can't help it. It's like Tourette's.
She walks into the puns.
Musical theatre Tourette's. But yeah, it's that was almost the thing I rated the most.
Yeah.
And that again, I'm not underpinning any of his performances. Everyone was, oh my god, the dancers are just
Yeah.
like how they got their legs where they did. I'll never know.
Yeah.
It's just not in my bones.
It's not in my
Oh my god.
blood at all.
And
that
the
kind
costumes,
of thing.
the makeup.
Yeah.
The singing was exceptional. The only thing that let me down really was that I was in my head, I was like seeing Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor. I was like, no. But I think it's because for me, it's so iconic. It's one of the first musical films I ever watched.
Yeah.
But again, not disappointed, loved it, would go again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because I remember listening to the soundtrack when it first got released, like in America when they did it, and obviously they've got their version of like the Elephant Love Medley, and that's like one of my favourite songs from the film.
Yeah.
And I remember listening to it and being like, why have they done this?
I know.
What?
But
Why are they adding songs to it? What's going on?
I know, but I almost kind of respected that in a weird way as well. Because then I had me and Olivia talked afterwards, obviously, a lot about it.
Yeah.
And then I had the thing of going, well, if they just redone it like the film, there's no point. Like, they tried to do something different.
Yeah.
And it's got a different vibe to it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So then when I stopped comparing it, I was like, I did love it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to get to watch it before I, like, start working on it.
We'll go see Craig. Craig, we're coming for you. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I've got a friend in it at the minute. Well, I had a friend in it in the last cast, and obviously they've just recently cast changed in London, haven't they?
That would be Craig's thing, yeah.
So I've now got another friend in there. So I feel like I've like had like two friends like swap out.
Yeah.
So I've had like one in, one out type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. So one of my friend who's in it is playing one of the Can girls, not the Can girls, one of the like the Lady Marmalade girls at the beginning.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure he's playing Baby Doll, which is the one.
Yes, because they're not all women.
No, yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, so I think the Baby Doll.
Of course.
I think
makes so much sense.
I think the Baby Doll track is always played by a man.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, honestly, when they come out at the beginning, everyone's like, live. It's just like what?
So
cool.
Yeah, I want to go and watch it to see him in it as well. To be like, So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to like get my teeth into it.
So where are you going? What type of tour is it?
So it's a UK tour initially for the first year, and then it will branch out internationally, but we don't know where yet.
Oh my gosh, how exciting.
So to be confirmed. TBC. But it's less venues though. So it's a year. It spans for a year.
That's a good thing.
But
maybe?
because
you're in more time in a place.
Yeah, you're in longer sit downs in each place.
You've got more time to experience the place, maybe.
Yeah.
And not
so I think you're in each place for like up to 8-9 weeks. So there's only like
chunky.
There's like 4 UK venues and then Dublin. So we end in Dublin. Like that's like the end of like the UK leg. So I'm in Dublin from like
there'll be lots of legs in this tour.
I'm in Dublin from the end of November until January pretty much. So it's like this time next year. I was gonna say, come for a visit.
Tea for 2 on tour.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Tea for tour.
Yeah.
Take her on Temple Bar.
Really fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait to spend £19 on a baby Guinness.
Oh, babe. Honestly, it's rough. But I'll take you to the George. The George is great. It's a gay bar in London, in Dublin. It's fucking amazing.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. We've all said, like, the best part about going back to Dublin is you'll get to go back to the George. Yeah.
Class.
It's
how
iconic.
I feel about freedom in Soho.
They have, like, drag bingo and stuff. It's brilliant.
Oh,
yeah.
class.
That was, like, we were there all over summer last year, and it was just, like, everyone's favourite place to go.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
So do you think you're going to carry on just touring? I say just
touring.
You're not going to like...
I honestly don't know, like genuinely.
Yeah.
I think if you'd asked me that question a year ago, I would have said absolutely, like, don't want to go anywhere near London. But I think after doing a job this, like, Wicked, the scale of that show, and working with so many different people, I wouldn't say no to it now, but it would have to be for the right show. Like,
because
the right
I guess
job.
you getting a West End contract to do wigs, hair, makeup, whatever, and any of those things, you'd have to live in London.
Yeah, 100%.
And that, arguably, you're making more money on a tour, right?
Again, very dependent.
Because
so basically, when you're on tour, it works that they give you an allowance on top of your wage. But how they did it on Wicked was that you had to prove with receipts that all of the money that they were giving you was going on to expenses. So you couldn't really pocket any of that. Yeah. When I did my first job, you didn't have to do that. They would just tax you, like, and then you would just like do with it what, like, obviously you would use it for accommodation and food and whatever. That's generally the bulk of what it goes on. But if you were like really clever with it and you managed to get like an accommodation for like £100 cheaper than what your budget was, you could pocket that £100.
Yeah.
But on Wicked, how they did it was tax-free money that they gave you, but then you had to provide proof that you were spending on accommodation, food, travel, etc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you couldn't really pocket any of that like extra money that they gave you.
And I guess living in London is just more of an expensive thing to do.
Yeah. Exactly. So
it's a difficult like thing then, isn't it?
Yeah. And I honestly, I've never massively seen the appeal of London. Like, I think more like the cost of living there is just ridiculous.
I'm waiting for Kaysha to come in on this.
Yeah, like the cost of living is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the amount you get paid for the cost of living doesn't really match, even when you're in a West End contract.
Any city
like,
just makes me feel sick.
Yeah, I went to an award ceremony on Friday and I bought a round of drinks. I say round of drinks. I bought Olivia a cider, pint of cider. I had a single rum and coke or something like that, and then I got 2 baby Guinness shots. Have a guess as to how much that cost me.
Where were you? Where in London?
Balham. In like a music venue pub in the Bedford. Sorry.
So for a single, a cider and 2 shots.
£35.
No, come on now. That's insane.
I'm going to say...
Cider. It's not like it's not a spirit, is it? So cider's cheaper anyway.
It's still about £7-8, a pint.
I'm going to say like £28.
£27.50.
So you looked at my £35 and said, what? We're not far off.
Yeah, it's nearly £10 more.
Yeah, but I rounded everything up.
Oh, okay, fine. But like I, you know, the last time I went out and bought a round of drinks for about 7 people, it was like £2 a baby Guinness shot. I got a tray of shots. And people like, I couldn't believe it.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
You choose to drink.
No, but my point is, living in London, like I always knew it was expensive when I lived there. But, you know, because you're out of it for so long, when you go back you just cannot believe.
It's been a while since you lived there, mine as well.
Exactly, and so I've noticed.
Shot right there.
Oh my God, I don't know how my friends are still there.
I think it also is as well.
I honestly don't know how they're doing it.
Probably another reason why I'm probably a bit more like hesitant to make the move. I think it's like the working class in us, probably. Like we're not used to being that cog in that kind of like capital machine. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like bred into us, isn't it? That it's like no, like you know.
What did you say then? Sorry,
graft and
I was completely ignoring you, and you just caught my eye with. What did you say?
It was like cog in the, and you guys were talking about machine or like, and then you were like weird taught to be a bit more like, and you guys were talking and I went sheepdog on a mountain. But you both carried on, so I said, we just taught more to be like, you know, running around up a hill with braces bread for your gran, like, rather than get into the 8th.
What is that? She's thinking. I really don't know what you're going with this.
I've never used these famous ones.
I know what you mean.
You know, we're a bit more like rough and ready, aren't we? Like
that's what I
think what you mean more than money stuff with working class and whatever is I find the pace dramatically different between London and here. That's not always to say that I prefer here. Sometimes I go to London now for like a gig or whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, you can get a tube at any time of the night. You can just get a bus at any point. If you miss one tube, it's 2 minutes next.
It's good for you though. It's because it's like a drug for you.
It's fast.
Because you need that.
Yeah, I think. Well, sometimes I do. I think after a certain amount of years living there, I was like, I can't breathe. I literally feel like I've suffocated.
But when you come back home,
sometimes I'm like,
and things slow down for you. You need that.
Yeah,
I'm a nightmare.
Where I can't stand it.
Yeah. No, I'm very similar to you, because I think especially because I tour.
I get frustrated.
Even though I'm not in London, I am going to cities. I'm going to predominantly cities, like big, busy cities like Manchester, Liverpool, all these places where they are run. They are. I loved Manchester.
You love Manchester.
Yeah.
I loved Liverpool. I've only ever been to Manchester once, but
I'm a Man United fan, so I got to watch football. But I've also watched gigs there as well, so I've been to Manchester quite a bit. And it's a dump.
No,
I happen to be. I can't really get coming on
Canal Street, and you know, it's like it's great.
Yeah, probably pub. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just really, again, like being in cities, like things like it's a different pace, like you said. And I went shopping with my mum and my nan to like Merthyr the other day, and it was like 5 o'clock, and I was like, I could do with a coffee, like just want like thing.
Shut.
Everything was fucking closed. I was like, it's 5 o'clock in the middle of the week. What do you mean it's closed?
Oh, in London, I can meet somebody for a coffee somewhere at 6 p.m. and it doesn't matter if it's Sunday. The coffee shop's open at 6 p.m.
Yeah. I was just like, what? It's 5 o'clock.
It grinds my gear that I'm like, I don't care what day it is. Yeah. I'm in self-employed land. I don't work from Monday to Friday. I work every day. Yeah. So just open your coffee shop so I can have a matcha latte.
But I was literally like, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I couldn't get over it. Why are you shut? It was mental to me. I was like, this is where you know, like I've been like away for too long because I started to like
this morning for breakfast. In their cafe, and
it was appalling. It was
like,
bad
service.
Oh,
can I have a big breakfast, please? Oh, we haven't got them on today. They haven't got the ingredients. I'm like, do you realise there's a supermarket upstairs?
Yeah, literally.
You are Sainsbury's. Go and get some hash browns from your freezer and bring them down here so you can actually charge people 10 times the amount.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, we've got baps on.
Me and her were like on the go.
So I went, so you've got a sausage, egg and bacon in that bap? He went, yeah. I went,
when you said that,
I went, why didn't you just put it on breakfast then for me?
Yeah.
when you said that, I couldn't look at you.
He was like...
Because Kaysha was on
And
my right.
he was young.
He was young. I don't care.
I know. But you get that around you.
It is ridiculous though, isn't it? It's
So
absolutely ridiculous.
I do understand.
Yeah.
That, you know, if you are city lovers.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think I'm a city lover.
I am see.
I just enjoy. I enjoy, weirdly, and this will feel weird to say as well, I enjoy the freedom as a self-employed creative being in a city gives me more opportunities to gig in places, way easier to network and get from one side of London to the next on a tube, which will cost me £2 and take me half an hour. I think it's far easier to be a creative in London, actually, but it's also completely not, because you cannot afford to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So it's a constant it's what Night Bus is about. It's this constant I don't know where I need to be.
Why is my favourite song? I love it. Yeah, it's my favourite song.
I've been raving to it for the past 3 days in my car.
In fact, I turned up in Sainsbury's and I saw Kaysha in the car. She's like, deuce, deuce, deuce. I was like, what's she listening to? She was like, Night Bus.
That is my favourite. Like, I remember you first released that, and I remember saying to you then, I was like, this is my favourite one you've done.
You did my makeup for that.
Yes, I did, for your album cover.
We nearly got taken up by a wave in October on a freezing cold beach.
It's the red dress, that one, isn't it?
The red one.
No,
yeah.
it's the bodysuit, wasn't it?
It was
the,
like
the
a trousers,
but it was like a big.
It was like
really like big, wide, flowy trousers.
Huge,
yeah. And she
say
was.
on the remix,
That's another one that you were.
You can, because it's the full.
I would say that's another one though that you almost froze to death on, because the wind was going and you were like in the middle of a beach, and it was
a cold storm.
Yeah, you love shooting beach scenes in like autumn or winter.
-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, weirdly though, the October shoot, we did that at the end of September.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The weather was lovely.
It was
that
okay.
day.
We were lucky.
It was lovely that day. We had a lovely sunset. It was
the moon. The lunar moon.
The full moon. It was gorgeous. I didn't do much when I was there. I sat in the car for half the time.
Yeah, you actually did. You had to, didn't you?
I know, because you had to look after all the kit. I was like, great.
Yeah, and also
I'm glad I'm the security for the kit.
I should have put you down as a security guard credit,
yeah,
not makeup.
Literally.
To be fair.
I did do your face, but I didn't really do much after that. I just sat around watching all the camera gear.
Yeah, bless. Me and Owen just had to get it done in one take, because it was too long of a song to do for him to edit as well.
Yeah.
Like, it is lush, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, gorge.
So my question then, probably to end this, would be, talking about London and cities and that. If you had the option to live in London and it was the same amount to live there as it is to live in the valleys, would you live there?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Would you not?
Yeah.
Would I not? Fuck no.
The cost that it would cost me to live there is genuinely the only thing that massively puts me off it currently.
No, I'm not. So I think this is great. You've got the absolutely not. You're like, the cost is the only thing I would
Well,
know.
not the only thing, because I remember saying to you when I was there, when I did SpongeBob, we were in the South Bank for 6 weeks over the summer.
That is hard.
So I lived in Wimbledon. I did.
Yeah, I like Wimbledon.
I really like Wimbledon.
West London I love, and I think it's because I know I'm closer to Wales actually. So if I need to get home, it's only going to cost me 2.5 rather than 5.
Yeah.
From where I trained in Bruford, which was East London, I didn't like that at all. No offence, I can't do East London.
Yeah, but no, we were in the South Bank and I stayed in Wimbledon, which I really, really loved. But I specifically chose to stay in Wimbledon because when I was in London the time before that with Bat, I was there for 6 weeks. And I stayed in Wilston, like Wilston Junction. It's kind of it's near Wembley way. It's kind of like that way. And I couldn't stand it because I felt, even though I was there with work and knew people, I still didn't really know anyone in London massively, and I just felt really isolated and really lonely. Because I felt like when I wasn't in work, everyone that I knew was in work.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing with London.
I was I couldn't really do anything with anyone whenever I had the time to do things.
London's when you're doing well and you can afford to be there, it's the best city in the world. It's brilliant. It's fab. There's so much going on. There's loads of life there. You can do anything at any time of day. Nobody gives, whatever. When you're being kicked because you're down, it's the worst place to live. It's so lonely. It's so nobody cares about you. Nobody will give you eye contact on public. There's nobody to reach out to. I found it the most I had the most fun living there and the most wild times living there, but I also had the most isolated, lonely, like depressing times.
And if you listen to Night Bus, that is the feeling that you get from it.
Yeah. Disguised with calypso drums.
Yeah.
I feel it. But like, not to make it about my songs, but that is, it was the two ends of the spectrum, actually.
But remember that came out around when I was in London.
And I was like, I'm off.
I think I hadn't long come home from being there for that long time. And I remember like listening to it and saying to you, oh my God, that was literally what it felt like. It was horrific.
I'm not the first person to have released a song about getting out of London. I mean, Catatonia, like, it's not, I'm not original at all. It's just my experience of it.
But I think everyone does tend to have that experience at one point or another.
And usually creatives who've gone, I'm here, I've been told I need to be here, I've made it. And then they're like, after a year or two, they're like,
this is horrible.
It's really hard now. I'm working 10 jobs and I've got no time to do the thing that I came here to do. That's the reality of it. But I think valleys, that's the other side of it, the valleys, I came back, they're not like this now, but went to Barry Sidings like a few years ago and asked for an oat milk latte, and the woman went, what's oat milk? I was like, it's 2020.
Good.
Yeah.
I'd say the same thing.
No, I love an oat latte.
Oh,
I do.
The fact that like matcha is a thing now in some places. And the reason why I'm like, in Wales, we've caught up to the big city who's been doing it for over 30 years. Good God. It's like, I do find us sometimes we're behind. Like,
massively.
I love that. That's the one thing I love about living in a valley.
Yeah, and I get that, like, not everyone's out to have the next best thing. Like, your greasy spoon down the road has always been the same and it'll always be the same. I do love that. Yeah. And they're the things you miss. And also, if you're feeling down in Wales, you could pop to your grand's house. She lives 2 minutes up the road, or like it is that, like, it feels more villagey. So
I feel suffocated when I go to London or Cardiff.
But you feel like that after one day there, don't you?
Oh yeah, I'll go there. I'll go to London, see a show. Soon as however I'm getting back, usually the bus.
They're on the encore. Keisha's off.
Yeah, I'm like, get me out. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I do not want to stay here. I do not want any sort of nightlife. Get me the fuck out here. I'm going home.
Yeah. I think that's where the loneliness comes from, though, because we are used to being in like a community of people where you've constantly got people around you. You've constantly got everyone everywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then to go from that to literally like no man's land.
Which
like,
is sometimes what I feel. When you come back from tour, you will understand this. Yeah. Like touring for like months and months and months. Yeah. When you come back and your parents are still going to their teaching jobs 6 a.m. till 8 o'clock at night, and you haven't really got like a part-time job because you're still figuring out what the next thing is you're going to do, and you're sat in your house on your own all day with no plans because all your friends have moved away from the valleys. That feeling after being on tour, like you've just said, with all those trucks and the people and the, it's like it hits you like it's like a come down. It's literally like,
oh my God, massively.
Oh my God, I don't know what to do. You said when you came in today, I said to Ella, like, how have you been? You've had about 2 weeks off tour now. You were like, I'm itching to go again now because I've had enough time.
And obviously,
wild.
Even though we're in relatively the same industry, my experience and how I work is a solo performer.
Yeah.
I don't like people. You know this. Any more than 3 people in a room, I'm fucking out.
Yeah. Can't cope.
I honestly, I just don't like it. I would be like, you bore me. You're
talking too much to me and I want time.
And I'm like, just get the fuck out, where's my dogs?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Which my personality does not fit in with...
What star sign are you?
Aries.
We should do a star sign episode.
We've got to.
I'm a Libra.
I'm a Scorpio.
And apparently, my friends were into it.
Apparently, we're supposed to get on, Aries and Libra.
Well, we do get on. Sorry.
I'm just saying, we're supposed to get on. I know, I'm just saying, and we proved the point.
Yeah, but you said that we're supposed to, as if we don't. No, I think you put up with me as a Libra.
Tolerates the word.
But I've got friends who are really, really
trust
into
me, if I
it.
didn't like you, we wouldn't be.
No, I know, and I actually know that, like, for sure. I would not be 100%. In your life because you'd be like, I don't
like try.
Yeah, adios, you're blocked on all social media and your phone number. And I'm in a different valley, so I'll never bump into you because I never go anywhere. No, but I've been told by my friends who are like into astrology and like all that stuff.
You need to get someone on you then.
I know, I've got quite a few friends who are like have books on it and like into it.
See, I should know.
But they've told me I am absolutely a Libra. Like there's no they would guess it and I'd be like, how do you know that? They'd be like, where do you want me to start?
Textbook Libra,
but I'm like, really?
No, I should know more on it because
You're kind of into it, no?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah. Well, I did... my final year of university, we do like a final major project, and my final major project was I made a magazine based around the star signs, where I basically created
cool.
like if a star sign looked like a person, what would they look like, and what would their like aesthetic be?
Ella,
and I like put it all.
Have you got pictures?
I've got it on my phone.
Yeah,
send it to us, and we'll put it on the T for two.
But I'm actually still really proud of it to this day. Like I put my fucking blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. Yeah. But so I should know more really, because I did stupid amounts of research. But I feel like I just blacked out.
I can't remember what my final year thing was, to be honest with you.
So like all the pictures and everything I had to take myself, like all like the research, all like the designs, the looks, like the creative direction, like the makeup.
That was a really cool theme for you. I think.
It was really cool.
Did everyone have a different theme?
Yeah. So everyone had like their own.
That's fun as well.
That was all like research and everything I had to do though, because like there are like what's the word?
This is class.
Thanks, darling.
It's amazing.
There are like.
But researches. Aries was the first one, and I'm like,
Where's Libra? I want to Libra.
Libra is one of my favourite ones. Libra actually, because Libra, you're all about like balance and stuff.
Are we?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not like a Libra.
I was gonna say
there's nothing balanced.
That's the only really thing I remember strongly about the Libra one.
Because is Libra am I the scales?
Yeah,
no.
that's the scale. So it's like balance. I am. You like harmony.
I do love the colour. So Ella's gone for a light blue.
She'll insert the picture here.
Insert picture here. Yeah, no, I do love that.
That's to this day one of my favourite shoots I've done.
It's giving cabaret, a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. Looking back now, this was pre-cabaret, so I didn't steal it.
Ella already knew what cabaret was going to be.
I predicted the trend.
Love that.
That was my friend
Sumi. You missed Aries, and I could go. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what are you again?
I'm a Scorpio. Oh no, she's
Aries.
Aries. I'm a Scorpio, Aries though. So I'm a Scorpio, and like Aries sun, Aries rising.
I think I'm like an orange moon or rising or something like that. Like one of my friends was really into it, wanted to know exactly the second I was born, and told me what moon rising or I don't know, something like that. I just don't know. Like I don't know. I think there's something to it, but I'm not sure.
On my party, I've booked tarot.
Yeah, Kaysha's having a 30th birthday party in the memo. Tell everyone the date and the time.
Everyone's going to rock up.
Absolutely not.
Because I think this episode will come out just in time.
It's all black.
Oh, lovely.
Well, it's a funeral. Deathly 20s.
Lovely. R.I.P. 20s.
I'm going to do the same, I would want people to wear black to my party anyway.
Everyone's black, but it's funeral, great because the band that I live in black anyway. Arcade to 80s, everyone is in bright neon. So you're going to have the contrast.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
And also everyone looks smart in black. Every single person.
It's classy, isn't it?
Classy.
Yeah.
I'm just about to get my my waistcoat sent off to have the spray paint dead on the back.
That's so cool.
Very nice.
Is that your birthday treat to yourself?
Well, the whole fucking party is.
Yeah, fair play.
It's already hit over $1,000.
Is it?
Oof. Yeah. But
Team Aureth.
This is my thing of going, well, can't be asked to spend time with you on your own, and you just get all there, eat, drink, sing.
It is easier to put everyone together to do one thing, isn't it?
Done.
Yeah. Otherwise, your birthday goes on for a month, and who would want that?
No,
not this one.
I'll let everyone listening figure out that my face was just saying, I want that. I celebrate my birthday for a full month and everyone knows it. I do several events. If you can't make one, don't worry. Don't worry. There'll be 4. So you decide which week you want to join in. One of them's going to coincide with Halloween. Don't mind. Fine. It's Halloween, fine. But it's my birthday Halloween.
Yeah, okay? It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on.
That's all right. Thanks for having me.
We'll probably have you back at some point.
Oh, yeah, always.
Good luck with all of your next adventures. And I'll see you in the Sherman, because you're going to come see Housemates.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I can't wait. Just going to go see it for a second time, because it was so good the first time.
Oh, say it louder for the people at the back.
It was really, really good. Everybody should go and see it. Everybody go buy a ticket.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Class. Amazing.
I've never seen it, so I'll pass judgment on the 25th.
I'm excited for you to see it.
Yeah.
You're wearing the Housemates colours right now, actually.
Shall I wear
orange. It's all orange. Yeah, you should.
It's very orange, actually.
It's a big orange circle. I won't ruin it for you, but it's very orange.
Yeah. Cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll give you my opinion after it.
Shall we all do the final clap?
If you want to.
Ready? Count it in.
Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.